Tucker Carlson accused of stoking antisemitic conspiracy theory about Charlie Kirk murder at memorial service. On Sunday, a memorial service for the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk was held at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The event, which drew tens of thousands of mourners, was not a typical funeral. It was a massive, televised spectacle that blended the somber atmosphere of a memorial with the high-energy, rally-like style of a political event. The speakers included a number of prominent figures from the world of conservative politics and media, all of whom paid tribute to Kirk's legacy and his role in shaping the modern American right. It was during this highly charged event that Tucker Carlson, a close personal friend and political ally of Kirk, took the stage and delivered a speech that would instantly become the center of a firestorm. Carlson's remarks were intended to honor Kirk's memory, but they were delivered in a way that critics argue went far beyond simple eulogy and strayed into dangerous territory. The hummus and crucifixion comments. In his speech, Carlson framed Kirk's life and assassination in deeply religious terms, drawing an explicit parallel between Kirk and Jesus Christ. This comparison, while not unheard of in political rhetoric, was laced with what many have identified as coded antisemitic language. The most controversial moment came when Carlson recounted what he called his favorite story ever. He described a scene of a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what to do about this guy telling the truth about us. He then implied that one of these men came up with the bright idea to make him stop talking. The story, as told by Carlson, was a clear and thinly veiled reference to the biblical account of the plotting against Jesus. Critics immediately latched onto the phrase eating hummus, calling it a textbook example of an antisemitic dog whistle. For many, the word hummus was a deliberate and coded way of referencing Jewish people without saying the word itself. By connecting this imagery to a cabal plotting to silence a truth-teller and then comparing that scenario to Kirk's own death, Carlson was accused of invoking the age-old and deadly anti-Semitic blood libel myth. This myth, which has been used for centuries to justify persecution and violence against Jews, falsely claims that Jews are responsible for the death of Jesus. The broader context of conspiracy. Carlson's comments did not exist in a vacuum. They landed in a political climate where a baseless and dangerous conspiracy theory about Kirk's death was already circulating widely on the far right. This theory, amplified by figures like Candace Owens and white nationalist commentators, claims that Israel was behind Kirk's assassination. The supposed motive? That Kirk's public stance on Israel had become too critical for Israeli and Jewish interests. While Carlson had previously flirted with this theory without fully endorsing it, his speech at the memorial was widely seen as an act of legitimizing and amplifying the narrative to a massive audience. By not explicitly naming the Jews but using coded language and a religious framework, he allowed those who already believed the conspiracy to feel their beliefs were validated, while providing himself with a plausible deniability. This is a common tactic of those who wish to stoke hatred without being directly accused of it. The rejection and backlash. The backlash to Carlson's remarks was swift and fierce. Jewish organizations and pro-Israel groups condemned the speech as anti-Semitic and dangerous. Critics pointed out the irony and irresponsibility of using a memorial service to spread such a divisive and hateful message. The controversy also put other conservative figures in a difficult position. While some, like Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, have publicly and forcefully rejected the conspiracy theory, calling it insane, others have remained silent. The fact that Carlson delivered these remarks at a memorial service with many prominent figures in attendance has further highlighted the growing ideological divides within the conservative movement itself. For his part, Carlson has not directly addressed the accusations. His silence, combined with the power of his platform, means that the damage has been done. His speech has given new life and mainstream visibility to a conspiracy theory that is both baseless and, as history has shown, potentially dangerous.